All right.
I think you're fine.
Did we ever decide on a name? No?
No, not at all.
All right, so we don't have a name. But we're going, right?
Yeah. Start.
All right, welcome to the podcast. This is the podcast, so we don't have a name yet. But welcome.
Episode 1.5.
Episode 1.5.
Yeah.
It's a long story. Last guy got fired. Never see him again. That's all you gotta know.
What we're gonna do for that episode is just have you re-record all your lines again, and just listen to what we're saying and just talk along with it.
Okay, yeah.
I already memorized mine. Don't worry.
Dub my voice over.
Just dub your voice over.
Yeah.
All right. So this week we got some topics, and this time I did research because last time I didn't do too much research. I was just kind of throwing things out there. But you want to start on some topics, or what? You want to go around, see what's going on?
Like what's new?
What's new? Even though they don't know anything prior, but it's fine.
Yeah, because I mean, what are we starting the week after 4th of July?
Let me ask you all this. We'll start like this. What is the coolest thing that's happened to you this week so far?
Oh.
Or what has been the worst?
Yeah, thing? That's a story right there to start with.
So we went to RTX 4th of July weekend.
Okay.
And I got to finally see. There's this group. They used to be called Super Best Friends.
Mm-hmm.
They're not anymore. They disbanded. Now they're Castle Super Beasts.
But how long were they super best friends?
Oh my god! I was in 6th grade watching their content, and they had videos before I was in 6th grade. So these guys have been around for a while, but they never gotten like too big. But they've always had like a strong fan base. And they went to RTX, which is a Rooster Teeth convention in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally got to see them. They're Canadian, so I never thought I'd see them.
But why did they dissemble in the first place? And why did they finally decide to get back together?
It was really sad because they were doing a Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts. They were going to do the entire series, and it was actually really entertaining. I started watching it.
The Curse of Kingdom Hearts.
And it's never going to get completed.
Yeah, they didn't really say why. They just said like two guys, they weren't friends anymore and videos weren't working out. That's basically all they said. It's like they're not friends anymore.
The Super Best Friends.
I know.
It's kind of ironic.
But yeah, the one who founded Super Best Friends, he's doing his own thing now. He's doing, I think the channel's Matt McMuscles, and he's literally just doing his own thing. And then the other two guys, Wooly and Pat, they made their own channels. But they continue to podcast, just call it the Castle Super Beast.
Okay.
So recently, they got partnered with Rooster Teeth, which is a big step for them because they're going to have production now. They're going to have money to produce.
So do you know what Rooster Teeth is?
No idea.
That's huge.
So, yeah, that's a big detail because I feel like a lot of people probably won't know exactly, or like they'll be like, what the hell is Rooster Teeth?
Well, Rooster Teeth is kind of they're kind of like the pioneers of internet content in a way. They're the dream story.
Yeah, they're like the dream YouTube story.
Yeah,
they started out on YouTube.
Back when YouTube Flash videos.
Oh well, yeah, pretty much before it was really big to upload videos and edit and make your own little episodes on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And they got really, really successful through this series called Red vs. Blue. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And Red vs. Blue was when Halo, I don't know which one.
Halo, I think it was Halo 2 is when they started.
It was huge. Like, Halo was a big deal back then. I mean, it still is, but they were pretty much using that because it was in its prime and making, like, kind of like philosophical discussions and different kinds of things, acting it out in Halo. And they would just voice over, whatever the characters are doing, and the characters would just be like talking to each other. So it wasn't like, 360 montage, no scope, whatever. It was actually like they were talking about a lot of morals and like, pretty like in-depth thoughts for gaming, because nobody cared about that kind of stuff in gaming.
Overall, it became a comedy. It's a comedy.
Yeah. From
but
that's
yeah, like
from what
first...
I saw. Yeah, because I did some research, a little bit of research into them, and I saw some of the stuff that was really popular. And
like the first episode, the first lines of the first episode are, "You ever wonder why we're here?" And the other guy goes off on a tangent of like, I've asked myself that question every night. You know, what's the purpose of our existence? And he's just like, no, I mean, why we're here, stationed here at this base. So you got some things going on. It's like little things like that. And they were on Flash and they blew up. But anyways, yeah, Rooster Teeth, they have their own company now. They've been buying like YouTubers left and right.
They're like a production company.
They've been firing YouTubers left and right.
Yeah.
They
very sad.
You know, they got it going. They got their own website. They don't even need
So you know
YouTube.
Machinima.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing, but not really. Whereas Machinima was a big company that got a whole bunch of groups of like a whole bunch of YouTubers, and they had like different channels that would go through them. Mm-hmm. It was like working for a company through YouTube. Rooster Teeth is basically that, except they're a lot more
successful.
Yeah. They didn't do stupid stuff with their money. They actually put it towards production, and that's what a lot of the creators enjoy working for Rooster Teeth, because
they have
it gives them freedom to create whatever they want to do, instead of like, this is what you have to do, this is your deadline, and you know, whatever, you have to get it done. Okay. So Rooster Teeth is basically like to me, I think it's the most successful version of that, like an internet-based company when it deals with like media through YouTube and gaming, and even now anime, because they have their own. They got like 2 animes going strong. They even have a movie.
They have like they have cartoons that I don't even know about, but they got everything, man. They're going strong. Yeah, that's where I want to work. But anyway, Castle Super Beast got signed by Rooster Teeth. And that makes me happy, because that means they're gonna be doing stuff now, and with Rooster Teeth. They were working for Machinima, right? Yeah, they used to work for Machinima. They used to, and so they were one of the. But they backed out of Machinima before Machinima fell, so they already knew it was gonna fall. Oh, okay. So they went to RTX, and I barely caught their panel, man. I caught it like halfway through because I was rushing. I had to get my pass. I had to get everything. We were in the hotel, and I was looking at the schedule, and I saw Castle Super Beast panel goes on at 1:30, and I look at my time, I'm like, holy shit, it's 1:35. And I was rushing them, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it was fine. I totally understood. And then, like, we hadn't even checked in our hotel. Yeah. We had to wait to, like, a certain time. We tried to check in early, and it didn't work out, so I think it was, like, 3 o'clock when we could check in. Which they texted us while we were at the panel. Yeah. But luckily, we got there at a time where everything was already under control, and there was no lines like to get your pass or anything. Because the last time we waited for 4 hours in line. Jeez. Yeah, wrapped just to get our pass to get in the expo, like anything. But last year was not even last year, but the last time we went was a big mess because of security. Yeah, it was a pretty big mess. A lot of people complained about it because that was like basically their Friday, especially for the people that only bought Friday passes. It was all waiting in line, where they could only go Friday. That was half their day. So the Castle Super Beast. Yeah, we keep going on tangents. I got to see them. I went to their panel. I never go starstruck. Like I never stop someone. I never. Like, can I take a picture with you? I never asked for autographs. I still don't ask for autographs because I don't really see the purpose. But for them, I was like, I have to wait for a picture. And they had groups of people around them, and I just kind of waited off to the side because I hate being that guy that interjects. So I was just waiting, and finally I got a picture with them, and I was so happy. It was like a little kid. I was smiling just from seeing him smile. I was so happy because I was like, I've been following these guys for more than a decade, and I finally got to meet them.
That's dope. Well, literally more than half your life.
Yeah. But it got even better. Uh-oh. Because I was when I was taking a picture with Wooly, I asked him, I was like, "Are y'all doing a community thing later? Are y'all gonna meet up or something? Because usually at expos they do a community meetup." He's like, "Nah, not really, but I'll probably be going to an arcade later tonight." And I was like, "Okay." So I'm going through the day, and that arcade just blanks my mind. I don't remember what arcade it is. But then I look up a UFO arcade, and I see it has like fighting games in it. So I'm like, let's just go there. So we go there like around 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's pretty late, and it's just like an arcade. It's like
We took a lift.
Yeah.
To get there because it wasn't in like the city. It was a little bit out like on its own in like around like apartments or
it was like
something.
It was a
like a little suburb area, and it looked like an underground like roost like cockfighting arena.
Dude.
It looked like a bar first when you go like look at it from the outside. There's guys smoking outside. Just the classic atmosphere of a bar.
They were like big dudes too. Just
they didn't look like gamers either.
And we're looking around because you need a card to swipe to play the games. And I'm just like, I don't know where the guy is.
Well, that's the thing. Like we walked in. As soon as you open the door, it's just blaring noise. Yeah. Just constant like doo doo doo, just like all these sound effects of whatever, and you just see people on machines that you've never even seen
because they have like, Japanese machines.
Yeah, these games aren't even in America. Damn. And like at first we just walked around, and it's basically 2 rooms, and it's real small, but everyone's on their games, and we're looking for the guy at the front desk. Because we saw the front desk, it's right there when you walk in, but we couldn't find the guy, so we were like, we don't know how to get our money or coins or whatever we needed to play.
Yeah.
And then
I go to a guy and I ask him, I was like, hey, how do we get a card or whatever? Where's the guy at the front desk? And he's like, oh, you're gonna want to look for a big guy with a sleeveless shirt with a tattoo on his arm. And I was like, all right, where do I find these guys? Like he's usually out hanging in the front. And I go to the front, and there's just like 3 big guys smoking, and I'm like, oh god, I don't know about this. And I walk up to one of them. I'm like, hey, who's working the front? I'm trying to get a card. And they turn out to be like the nicest guy. They're like, oh, dude, no, that's not us, man. I think he's playing Dance Dance Revolution or something. So I'm like, oh shit. So I still haven't seen the guy. So I go back in, and I go to the Dance Dance Revolution. He's going off, dude. He's fucking doing all these
on
moves.
The rails, holding on, just moving his feet, because that's what the pros do.
And it was straight up like it was a dude with a cutoff shirt and a tattoo on his arm, but he was just a real skinny dude. And yeah, he gave us the tickets. Some dude gave me not the tickets, the card. Some dude gave me his card because they give you bonus points if you reuse a card. He was like, yeah, I'm not using this one. You can have it. So we're like, all right, well, Woolie's not here, so we'll just play some games. So I sit down. I started playing Dragon Ball FighterZ for a while. Eddie's playing me. Eddie's trash. So I was just dominating Eddie. And then I turn to the right, and I see Woolie like just standing next to me watching. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I was like, hey, what's up? And he probably didn't recognize me. He's like, oh, what's up, man? And just keeps looking past and not even aware that I was the guy that asked him for a picture and like where he was going to meet up later. And Eddie, being the savior, is like, hey, you want to play around with him?
Because he was playing Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie doesn't care.
Eddie.
So, perfect wingman.
Yeah, and so he's like, yeah, sure. So me and him, we play a couple sets. I'm thinking I'm going to get bodied because this guy...
Yeah, he was telling me.
This guy's the one that got me in the fighting games. He's played fighting games all his life. And I won.
Damn.
I won in what was it, like a 5-3 set? Mm-hmm. He beat me 3 times. I beat him 5. And he was probably going to beat me again, but the time ran out.
So this was the Snapchat that you had sent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy that looked at the camera, I felt like an asshole because he looked longer than that small. That's why I stopped. But he kept looking, and I was like, "Oh man, I don't want any hard feelings or anything."
Because he was probably just like, "I'm just here to play games."
Yeah, man. And I wasn't gonna make a big deal. I didn't want to. And again, I'm the last person to do that because I don't even I'm not even that much of a follower. I know who he is, but because of him.
I told him to do that. I told him to take the video.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, I'll just take this small video. And he ended up seeing me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that bad. He was cool.
We played a couple sets. The time right now, and he gets up. He's like, "Man, that was a good set." Fist bump and everything, and then I was just like, "I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm
My
done.
life is
On the
complete.
first night
That's it.
that we were there, he was
I
like,
can
"Let's
die
go
in
home. Like, I don't
peace.
even care."
I can go home now. I'm done.
Yeah.
Dang, you gotta buy Eddie dinner or
So
something.
talking about something cool, I could just tell because he never let himself be like starstruck, and I knew he was holding it back because that's all he kept talking about before we got there. That's all he cared about was
seeing Super Castle Beast. I mean,
Super Castle
Super
Super Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
it was a fun time.
that was great. Then we went to a pinball arcade. It was pretty cool, but the first part was cooler.
Yeah.
Man.
If only they had drinks though.
It's like you bring your own beer
Because
in.
the
Weird.
pinball bar, we heard that it was, I think, 10 o'clock and afterwards, it's 18 and up, right?
Yeah.
And we thought there was a bar in there, but apparently it's bring your own beer, which was
Kinda
kind of weird.
'cause even then, I asked the guy. He's like, "Yeah, you can. It's 1 can per person, or like 1 beer per person. So you can only walk in with 1 beer. It's like, how am I supposed to get drunk off of that?"
Yeah, I didn't understand how that worked. Unless there was a bar that was like right next door, but I didn't
see it.
I didn't even
They
check.
were like out there by themselves.
Huh.
But yeah, it was a crazy
That was fun though.
weekend, man. Oh
Yeah.
my god. I still can't believe it happened, but I'd be woolly.
So yeah, that's pretty much his cool story. And that's kind of my cool story too. I got to witness it. I was just happy from seeing him happy. It was kind of a I don't want to say once in a lifetime experience, but it was just how it happened. It was just like, who would have thought?
Yeah.
You know, you're just going to go try to catch their panel, and you ended up playing against one of them without even like anything special, or like you didn't ask him or anything. It was just like he just ended up being right there.
Yeah.
And he ended up just sitting where Eddie was and saying, "Yeah, let's play."
That's what's crazy though. Is you see these people that like have a good following and stuff, and you're like, dude, these people are more than human. But like, you literally just meet them one on one, and they're like down to earth.
The thing he was telling me was the other guy, Pat.
Yeah.
If you didn't know who he is, like I'm pretty sure if you were to see him, you'd just think he's another person, another nerd at RTX, just walking around like as a customer.
The way he presents himself too, he's very geeky. He's very outspoken, very forward with his words. But yeah,
he's just another guy,
and
that's all they are.
He's just another fucking 3-foot guy.
Yeah,
that's dope, man.
So yeah, that was pretty fun seeing that.
So now you can die in peace. You just gotta make sure you give Eddie a dinner or something.
Yeah, like now that I think about it, I didn't even know he did that.
Yeah, he saw him there, and he's just like, "Hey, you wanna take my spot?"
All casual too.
No, because Eddie didn't give a shit about who it was, but I was losing my mind, and I was just like, "Eddie, you've never done anything for me. Thank you." But that was good. What about you? What happened? What's new?
Shit, nothing, dude. Just been working. I get home and I'm tired as hell.
Just tired from work or traffic?
Both.
Because I feel like traffic is what's draining.
Yeah, it is. I'll be coming home, dude. I just gotta start slapping my face, dude. I start dozing off.
Oh man,
God, you'll get used to it though.
Yeah.
After a while.
Yeah.
Like last night, I went to bed early, so I normally go to bed like at 12. And like last night, I was like, dude, I'm gonna just try to go to bed by 11. Today, I was fine. Nothing. So I just gotta start going to bed earlier. But it sucks because like it takes away, working, takes away from your social life.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Those times that we can't go to Wingstop after softball because I have to wake up at 4:00. It's like there's a reason why I can't go out at 10:30.
Then you got
to
Alex,
go eat.
like, come on, dude.
Exactly,
Alex.
and it's like I don't like I could do it. I'm not to the point where I'm like I can't. I need my coffee or energy drink. I can work sleepy like with 4 hours. That's fine. I just don't want to. I have the choice to sleep in or not sleep in, but to go to sleep early. I'm gonna do it, but it's because I want to feel good. I don't want to feel like crap for 8 hours and then come home and then sleep when I can feel good and then come home and do whatever I want other than sleep. But again, that's just me. I'm not a fan of naps.
Trash. Yes, you are. You take naps all the time.
No, it's only when I need to.
So on the days you're not working, and you have like the day off, what time do y'all wake up?
8, 9. I still wake up like semi early. I used to wake up at like 1.
Nah, see, I can't, dude.
Those were the days.
No, dude, you literally have free time,
Dude,
personal time,
when
and
you
you
say
just
those
sleep.
were the days.
Those were the days. That's when I had free time all through the night. That's why I'm waking up at
Yeah,
1.
that's when I would go to sleep at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd wake up like around 1 or 2.
That's when I would
And
be
it's like that's fine because I'm gonna be up.
it's like 3 in the morning, and you're telling your friend, get on Modern Warfare. Let's play Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you can't.
But I still
do that.
try.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably probably because of the generation that I'm in, but I'll probably be playing games like even after I have my kid and whatnot.
Did I remember with my last job, there was this guy, probably 40 plus years old. He said that, he's been married for, I think he said 2 years, and he just had twins, like his first set of kids.
Uh-huh.
And they were twins. Every night, this dude would message me on Discord. Hey, you want to play Overwatch? So we would go and play,
man.
and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't play competitive because like my wife's always yelling at me because she needs help with the kids. He was like, I don't want to mess that up for you, and I was like, no, that's cool.
Yeah, that's the sacrifice, man.
I don't know if I'll always be playing games, because even now I feel like I haven't really played.
Dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, it sucks. I just gotta find the balance though, and then also there's not really any good games out.
Yeah, I think it's a dry spell right now.
It's like you gotta look for it. That's what it is. It's really like because I've been about it for a while, so I'm looking constantly for new games.
Mm-hmm. I mean Apex, but I mean we talked about this last week and how it's like in a weird state right now. I don't know.
Apex.
I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't played season 2 at all. I haven't gotten on in probably like a
ranked
month.
is fun.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's brought out the sweaties.
It's just to spend time with whoever you want to play with. It's
Yeah,
it's
really.
nothing to like invest your time and interest in. It's literally just there's nothing to do. It was kind of like Overwatch. Overwatch, we were just like, let's just play because we're all online.
We had our professional team.
Dude.
Oh yeah, what were we even called?
I don't know, but we were trash.
Yeah, we were really bad.
I
remember the one time we like scheduled to play against the other team. We just got
we
got
had no
swept,
communication. We
were playing like we were playing arcade. Like,
yeah.
We had no chemistry. It was like we've never played with each other.
We gotta do it again.
That was, and again, I liked it. It was fun, even though we were garbage. It was just fun doing something like that.
And it was cool because it was a group of like 6, so it was like we had like a full party.
Yeah, you never really play with a full party on Overwatch.
Right,
At least we don't, because everyone rages too fast.
Diego, dude. I love playing with Diego, but if you lose the first game, he's done.
Shout out to my boy Diego.
You lose on anything, he's done.
Yeah.
All right, so first topic.
First topic.
Yeah, that was just.
What was it, 30 minutes in?
That's good. Kind of. So the Switch. Remember you were talking about how you wanted a new Switch? Or you wanted to wait for the new Switch?
Well, it was the whole rumor. I thought it was already announced. I didn't know it was just like in the talks right now.
Okay.
That they were making a new Switch. They were going to make 2 new Switches. One as a casual Switch, and the other one was for, I guess, better performance.
Okay, I didn't know
That's what I heard. Again, I don't know what's changed since then.
So we have a confirmation.
Okay.
Nintendo released.
Who's your source?
Don't worry about it. Nintendo released. It's Nintendo themselves told me that they're releasing a Nintendo Switch Lite.
Yeah.
So you heard about the Lite.
So the Lite, I think, is the casual version.
Okay, so that's part of the leak. So if that's true, then
I don't know if it was a leak. Unless it
was.
I guess
it's a leak. Nintendo gets everything leaked.
Then I guess it was a leak. I don't even know.
So have you heard anything about the Lite?
No.
How it's gonna be? So it is a casual. It's very casual. It's a downgrade, if anything.
Right.
But it's basically a handheld. They're purposely making it just a handheld. Like the Joy-Cons, they don't come off.
Oh, okay.
On the side, it's just one big panel. It's smaller. I think it's still gonna run at 720p. so that should be fine. That's already better than the DS. DS ran like 240.
Yeah.
No HDMI ports on it or on the dock. There's not going to be a dock.
Right, to where you can plug it into your TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's strictly
handheld.
That's not bad.
Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. You're gonna buy that for like your nephew or something.
That's what I'm thinking. It's more for like kids,
the younglings. It's gonna start at $200.
And I think that's the plus. It's gonna be cheaper.
Well, how much is like the normal one now?
It's like three.
I don't know.
350.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But it's basically a console in your hands. It's a portable console to where you can actually play it without a TV, which is really, really cool. And then you can play it's super user friendly. You can use like a whole bunch of different controllers for different people to play at the same time while it's away from the TV. You don't have to hook it up to the TV.
Like I can place it right here like his iPad and we could all be playing.
Yeah.
But $200, and it's gonna come out November 8th, which is a week before Pokemon. So this is for Pokemon.
Yeah,
this was being pushed for Pokemon, I believe, because Pokemon is, it's only meant to be handheld. I would say, I'd like to have like a TV version of Pokemon, but I mean, Pokemon works best as a come in and out type of game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop you there because I have a question about Pokemon. What was I think the last Pokemon game I played in order? God, man.
Did you
Ruby?
play after? I was gonna say, did you play
like
after
Ruby, Emerald, and Sapphire? That's probably the last ones I played. What all has been out?
That was the last versions I played.
So let me try and give you a timeline. So you got Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. Those are your three because they always release in threes.
Wait, that's the first ones?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go chronological.
That's where I started too. That was my first Pokemon. Was Ruby.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, you told me that. Mine
I think was red and blue.
Crystal version.
Well, wasn't red and blue out first?
It was yellow, I think. Oh no, yellow was the
yellow, red and blue.
I think red and blue came out first, and then yellow was the combination.
Oh.
That was the one where Pikachu was actually with you.
And then it was like silver.
And then it was silver and gold, and then clear or crystal version.
Crystal.
It had Suicune on the cover. That was the one I got because it came with my Game Boy Color. And that's when that was my first Pokemon game, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And then it moved up to the advanced, and that was Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald.
Well, which ones had Chikorita?
That was silver.
That was silver. Okay.
Silver and gold.
So okay.
That's second gen.
Yeah, so it goes to Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I almost forgot already. After that one, I want to say it jumps to Diamond and Pearl.
Okay, so no, I played that one. That was on the DS, right? Okay, so that's.
I was gonna say before that one, they did Fire Red, Leaf Green, and
I think that was it.
Whatever, but
was that it?
Yeah, it was just Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Yeah,
because I got those, and those were basically the remakes of Red and Blue.
Yeah,
which were great. Those were fantastic.
I didn't even play those.
I remember I got that.
Oh man, those were really good.
Emulator on my phone, and I played those.
Oh, the emulator.
And you gotta like jailbreak your phone. I remember Matt figured that out for me. I played that.
What's the middle one?
I think I had it too.
It's Diamond, Pearl, and the one with Giratina on it.
Oh God, yeah, I remember lost.
Platinum. I think it's Platinum.
I don't know any of these after Diamond and Pearl.
So it's that, and then it goes to what? Black and White.
No, see, that's where it stopped. I think
that's where I wanted to stop. That one was shit.
Is that the one with like the toaster and the washing machine? And
okay, you
the refrigerator.
You mock those, but they're actually the best Pokemon.
I'm still gonna mock them.
They're the best Pokemon.
They're the stupidest idea I've ever seen in my life. Super lazy.
And the trash can.
Just you look up that generation of Pokemon. It's really trash. Bad. You literally look like there's could be like microphony. That could be a Pokemon. Water bottle-y.
I bet you anything it would be OP in tournaments.
Yeah, like all the applications.
One of the best Pokemons in tournaments was a Rotom, and it can turn into a washing machine. They had like,
and it was
had
broken.
Like different forms.
It was used for competitions because its stats were ridiculous.
Oh, wash.
Yeah, Pokemon's a joke, in competition. It really is.
I didn't even know that they had competitions.
Neither
I
did
I could see it, but it's like you can only go so far.
Well, because they don't care about balancing them.
Uh huh.
We're gonna take a little break.
All right.
What does it say? There we go.
All right, continue.
All right, yeah, they don't care about balancing Pokemon, and I don't think anyone, other than like the really sweaties, care about balancing Pokemon.
But I feel like with Pokemon, like, I mean, yeah, I guess some things will change, but it's very back and forth, and usually whoever attacks first wins.
That's
Well,
the
you just
thing.
get the fastest.
There's,
Like a Pikachu's always gonna attack first.
whoever has higher speed. There, I mean, that's a stat.
But
You
even
could just
then,
boost that.
you got to get there's IV trainings, and that's like a whole other different thing, which is I think it's called, what was it, like some initial value.
This is really nerdy stuff.
This
by
is
the
really
way, this
nerdy.
is like the
So,
deep, hardcore.
We're going deep in. So when you want to get the best Pokemon, what you want to do is you want to hatch an egg that has the correct numbers. You got to look at basically the serial number of the Pokemon. You got to get the correct serial numbers,
Mm-hmm.
hatch that egg, and then train it with a certain, like train it against a Golbat or something like that. That'll give it the certain stats to higher up its IV. It's trash. There's just no point. Don't worry about Pokemon.
I just want Charmander.
I just want
Just give me Charmander. Give me Gyarados.
Charizard.
Yeah, Charizard.
Okay, so after Black and White, what is there?
After Black and White,
Like X, Y, and Z or something.
X, Y, and
chromosomes.
what's the middle one? I don't even remember. You threw me off.
Is it?
We're
Dobby?
missing one. There's one in between that we're missing.
It's garbage.
No, yeah.
If
Probably.
you don't know it, it's trash.
Oh, there's
Even the
Black
ones
and
that-
White, Black and White 1 and 2, where I was like, all right, this is trash.
What do you mean 1 and 2?
Yeah, they have Black and White 1 and 2.
Oh, they remade Silver and Gold. I remember because I downloaded it on the
the
emulator
DS?
and I couldn't finish it because it messed up.
Oh.
It was like Soul Silver and something Gold.
Mm,
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Heart Gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never played those either.
Yeah, I tried and I just didn't make it.
X and Y are good. X and Y are good. I'll say that.
Why are we talking about Pokemon?
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to think
Yeah,
of
what
like
were we
where were we
talking about?
going?
And then from X and Y,
He was talking about the Switch. Let's go back to the Switch.
okay, the Switch, it's going to be a downgrade. Unless
basically
you want that.
meant for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Is this the one that's going to be attached to Pokemon Go?
What?
Wasn't there going to be a Pokemon game
That already came out.
Oh, okay.
That was Pokemon Pikachu and Eevee.
Was he a detective or
That was the movie, right?
Eevee? The one with the sunglasses?
Eevee.
The
He's not
Pokemon.
special, or she?
No, it's
She was
just
the
an
one that would
Eevee.
transform into like the.
Oh yeah, I
7
know who Eevee is.
Well,
It's
what
just,
are you getting
I don't
at?
know. I thought it was gonna be something like unique.
It's just an Eevee.
It's just Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares? Everyone loves Eevee.
That's true.
Everyone.
If anything, that probably has more cosplays
Eevee.
than any other Pokemon.
There was a guy walking around RTX with an Eevee on his head
Yeah,
with sunglasses.
I don't know. He was just trying to get attention. That was kind of annoying.
That was annoying
He's
too.
trying to get the RTX hose.
Yeah.
Pull him hard.
So what about the better version of the Switch?
I don't know. I didn't know there was gonna be one.
I
That's
think
what you said got
it's
leaked.
most likely gonna be the same thing. It's just gonna be like better
Better
Higher
specs.
1080 on the. If they can do 1080 on the little screen,
think
that's
that-
like a big
Dude,
jump.
you'd be paying so much more money though. Is it really
I
worth
don't
it?
know.
It'll be like
It-
400 maybe.
It may be around the same price.
I think they've dropped in
Mm.
price.
Cause when did the Switch come out?
Two
It's already been out for what, like-
2017?
So like 2 years.
Yeah.
That's well into its life cycle
For another version?
for an upgrade.
Oh, for an upgrade? I mean, I guess now everything has an upgrade.
Especially if it's Nintendo.
Well, what?
I'm
you
waiting
say
for them to
that-
come out with the cutout box to make it VR somehow, like they did with
I think they did patent
something else. Didn't they have like the Nintendo box or something?
The Lobo?
Is that what it was called?
Yeah. Apparently it works very well. But I mean, it's just cardboard.
It's literally cardboard.
You're selling cardboard for like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And people were buying cardboard for hundreds of dollars and stickers.
That's crazy.
Because all it is like you get the cardboard pieces, which it looks fun. I've watched like streams on building the stuff,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I guess it's satisfying because it just works.
Yeah, like it
you're
actually works
fixing
well.
everything in there, all the gears and everything. It all works well, and it's all cardboard. And then when you're done, put the little stickers on it that like the sensors, the light sensors, and you put your rubber bands, and it works.
Hmm.
They have like a driving.
That was
one.
probably like whoever came up with that idea.
He's a genius.
Oh yeah,
He's a genius.
they're driving their Lamborghini
Oh, yeah.
and
It's like, dude, I'm selling cardboard to kids.
The most stupidest things makes stupid easy money
like
because it's
TikTok.
cheap.
it's like my budget was like $10,000 and I literally made like hundreds of millions. No, I don't know about
Look
that
at
much.
The guy that
but
made the frisbee.
I saw the guy that
Frisbee.
made the flamingo thing that you put in your lawn was on the news recently.
He's
was
still
he
alive.
like a pedophile or something?
No, like literally those. I don't.
I know what you're talking
remember.
about. They're like the little wind things. 'Cause
Yeah,
yeah,
like
things that
they're
stand on one leg.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think unless they're just decorations.
I'm not talking about a flamingo. I'm talking about like the lawn ornament.
Yeah,
Stands on one leg.
the flamingo lawnmower ornament.
Yeah.
Or the gnome. The gnome.
And gnome doesn't stand on one leg.
No, I don't even know. Garden gnomes aren't even a thing. Like they're just there. they're just trolls. They're like there to
Trolls.
scare away the squirrels or
They
something.
don't,
I
they
don't
don't
know.
scare anything away, man. They're jokes.
Yeah,
Just ugly decoration, honestly.
they are.
I'll
That's how
probably
you
buy some.
know, like that's a cat lady or something
That's a
that lives
cat
there.
lady.
All right. So next topic. What else you got? What's in the
no.
news?
Still on me? Let's go to your
Yeah.
topic.
So let me see.
What you got going on?
So I
Pokemon.
just have a simple question for us.
Simple.
This is very like straightforward. I actually asked someone for this question because I was like, man, I can't think of anything right now. But
All right.
what would be your last meal?
Oh, I feel like I've answered this many times. But you go ahead.
Like this is it. You're on death row.
You're on death row.
Basically, like this is the
You
last thing you're
you
gonna
stole a
eat.
flamingo.
Honestly, my grandmother's, my dad's side, she makes some good. Like it's like an enchilada, like casserole. That's
Oh,
my
okay.
favorite food of all time. So that right there, 100%.
So you'd have her make you the meal?
Yeah.
She's still alive.
Yeah.
She's still
No.
alive? You'd have her make you the meal, what to drink?
Just water. I'm not a big.
Just water?
Nothing.
It's your
like,
death. You don't gotta stay fit. You're dying.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Water.
It's not like you have to worry about feeling bad afterwards
You're
because
dying.
Water.
Water. Okay. What about your dessert?
Cookies and cream. Ice cream. That's
Okay.
you're a simple man.
You're
That's
simple,
great.
Man.
No, that's a good thing because
I'll
that
call
means you
you Ben.
enjoy
Ben Simpleton.
enjoy the simple things.
It's a good life.
What are y'all gonna say? Oh, you over here with the
Nah,
triple
go-
meat.
Go ahead.
So I actually never even thought of it, but I'm not really like picky with food. I kind of eat everything.
Yeah.
So I would honestly go for the double meat Johnny Rocket burger. You know what I'm talking
Okay.
about because we
Yeah.
had that in Vegas.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have to have like a Corona or something before.
Before.
I'll starve myself before my last meal so I can get that same taste whenever we ate. It was me and my dad, and we were drinking already, but we hadn't eaten, and it was already like 3 o'clock, and we were up since like 8.
Jesus.
So we decided to go to Johnny Rockets at the Flamingo, and we were just hungry. Like, we didn't care. We were just going to eat whatever was close. We ordered our burgers. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I'll get a double meat. And my God,
yourself.
it was the greatest burger I've ever eaten in my life. Everything about it was so good. It didn't look like, you know, in the commercials, like the perfect looking burger.
It looks
It
sloppy.
looked sloppy.
Those
It
are the
looked like the
best.
cheese was all over the place. It was really like messy.
The
But
sauce
when you
is, like,
bite
oozing out.
in, the meat just fell apart.
Damn.
And it gave you that slight little burn because it was so hot. It was fresh.
Mm-hmm.
All the cheese was melted. I can go on and on about this.
Did you compliment the chef?
This dude's
It
getting me
was probably
hungry.
like a teenager. He didn't even know what he was doing.
Dude, he made your life.
But that was
burger.
one of the greatest, if not the best burger I've ever had.
Because I was thinking that too. Because when we went downstairs of what the hell was that casino called?
Bally's?
Bally's, dude. Every time you go to that burger place, it's literally like you said, the best burger you've ever had. But I think it's just all in your head. Because you haven't ate all day. You've been drinking alcohol.
Because you're drunk.
Because I ate with y'all that second time, and it wasn't the same. It was delicious. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, this is great, but there's something missing.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as the
alcohol.
other one. And it's either the alcohol or the hunger or the combination of both. That would be my last. I don't even need fries or
What about
anything.
your drink?
For a drink,
He said the
I'd
Corona.
probably have a Thai tea.
Corona?
He said another Corona.
Another
Oh, that's another
No,
thing.
what kind of tea?
I was gonna say Thai tea.
Thai
Ah,
tea?
dude, I can't with the boba in it.
Yeah.
I can't.
What's Thai tea?
What's wrong with boba?
I don't
It's
know.
just a little jellies
It just
what-
tastes
that
like
absorb the.
What's Thai tea?
Thai tea's like orange. It's like it looks.
milk.
It's orange, but it's like a milk tea.
Would I like it?
It tastes like
It's very sweet.
very sweet milk. I don't even know
I probably would like it.
how
I'll
to
try it one day.
explain it.
Dessert.
But for dessert, probably molten lava chocolate brownie cake or whatever.
Oh shit, that just reminded me. Have y'all ever been to BJ's?
yes.
That's
The
what I was
Pizookies!
thinking. Pizookie.
Oh my god, dude, that just reminded me.
That's right.
Shit, I'm gonna
That
have
makes
to
me
change
feel
mine.
like crap though.
I'm changing mine right now. Dude, that thing is a life changer.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's
Yeah.
really good.
A free promotion right there for BJ's, man.
Pizookies.
Had
Give us
Pizookies
Pizookies.
life.
It's like, you know what? I changed my drink to their root beer or their cream soda, the
Dude.
orange cream soda.
The root beer.
It's absolutely delicious.
If they could
good stuff.
sponsor us with root beer, that's a
Yeah.
win.
I don't like root beer.
You're crazy.
I don't like soda in general though. The only time I'll drink soda is like when I'm going out and it's like a drink with Sprite in it. But like
Sprite's probably the go-to for me as well.
Really?
For soda, I can't like Dr Pepper is just too much.
Dr.
I like
Pepper.
the dark drinks like Coke, Dr Pepper, anything that's dark.
mhm.
Well, I don't- I
It
don't drink
makes
that
me
many
feel like
Cokes.
crap afterwards. I can't even drink all of it now. Now that I've started drinking carbonated water. But
that's
if I can,
disgusting.
I'll drink
Why?
Sprite because that's the
Just
closest
drink
thing.
water.
Or just drink soda.
What's wrong with what's wrong with the carbonated water?
Just drink water.
Nah,
It's
dude.
the refreshment of a
Nah.
soda,
There is no
Dude.
refreshment.
but you don't feel like crap because it has no sugar.
Nah, dude.
You like the carbonation in soda?
I like the burn. I like the
Ah.
hurt
Dude,
because
that's
it's
what I
like chugging a.
hate.
I know. That's why I'll drink like a flat.
That's why I don't drink sodas.
Oh
for
man,
that
I don't know how you
reason.
can drink flat soda.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm weird.
That's like just syrup.
Yeah, no, I don't. Not too flat, because then I know what you're talking about. It's just syrup and it's thick and it's nasty.
But just not to where
not
it's
like carbonation towards burning.
where
as
you
it
have to
goes
burp
down.
every gulp.
Yeah,
Okay,
a little like flat. A little flat Sprite is amazing.
so that'd be your last meal drink.
Just Sprite,
Just
flat Sprite,
flat Sprite. That's disgusting.
and Doritos. Flat Sprite and Doritos.
That's
your
just
meal?
like
No, so
What's
my
your
meal, my meal,
True gamer right there.
Mountain Dew. My meal would be
God, Mountain Dew's horrible.
so it would be a chili cheese.
Oh,
Burger.
I forgot you're a chili guy.
It'd be a chili cheeseburger with some chili cheese fries on the side
God, man, my heart.
and a bowl of chili with some crackers. in it.
Oh no, dude. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that
And,
one.
So, what kind of chili? From anywhere specific?
Okay.
There has to
Please don't
be-
say Wolf Brand chili.
No. Dairy Queen's chili is very good.
I didn't
okay.
even know they had chili.
Yeah, they have chili.
I know Wendy's has chili.
Yeah, Wendy's chili is really good too, but it's not junk food enough. It's like
Yeah,
good
it's
chili.
like it's good chili. I remember that was one of the meals that my
like I
sister
can't
told
put
me.
it in my burger.
You
I just
can
want to
eat
eat that chili.
Like if
Wendy's
you wanna stay
chili on the
healthy.
side as a bowl,
Okay.
Okay,
but the rest is just garbage chili.
Mm.
yeah,
So, chili cheese. It's got to be chili cheese.
Anything with chili cheese.
Chili cheese everywhere. Just throw chili
God,
cheese
man.
on it.
ah man.
Have you ever
that's
had
horrible.
chili? That's
Oh,
probably the best
yeah.
chili. Have you ever
That's
had that?
where I had my near death experience.
What?
All right.
We need to hear more about that.
I've told y'all before. It was where I bit into a jalapeno that he had, and that jalapeno was meant for the flavor, for the spice. It was an extremely hot jalapeno. I was probably like 13,
Oh my god.
12 or 13. I was around this age, and I took a bite. I remember I love spicy, and I love his chili. His chili is amazing. So I saw the jalapeno and I was like, oh man, that's perfect. I'll just throw that on top.
Jesus.
I got it, took a bite. I didn't even eat the chili yet. I just took a bite and then I started eating and I was like, this is perfect. But I noticed there was a weird aftertaste with the jalapeno. I was like, it tastes like a syringe.
God.
Like it tastes like the feeling of when you get a shot.
What?
I don't know how to explain it, but it felt like a needle was going through my tongue.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, that's not normal. I definitely know that there's something, like, I bit into something wrong. And immediately my mouth just started, like, my face turned red. And my mouth, I was scared I was going to start choking because I couldn't swallow. If I were to swallow, I would start choking on the spice. Like, it just hurt so much. So I went straight to the restroom. No one even noticed. And I literally, like a cartoon character, put my head under the sink and turned it on and just full blasted the water in my mouth. And I was there for a good 15 minutes. And I think came and checked on me. And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, I ate a jalapeno. And she started laughing.
No.
And then they told my parents and they started laughing. And it was a joke to them. But I almost died. Because I know if I were to start coughing, I wouldn't have stopped. I would have started bleeding from coughing so much.
God, dude.
That was a very scary moment. But no, to answer your question, yes, I do love his chili.
You need to try that.
I think he's had
I think
it.
I did, and I
It
ate
was
like
the
4
last-
bowls.
Yeah.
It was Super Bowl, I want to say.
No, it was at
Or was it New Year's?
New Year's,
Okay,
it was
yeah,
there.
they hosted New Year's.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he made his chili.
That's great.
Yeah, and you came.
I love chili.
So, yeah, that's all right.
chili.
Okay, so what's your drink?
He said the flat Sprite.
I don't
No,
know.
that's not my drink. My drink would be vanilla Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Like a float or
No,
just the flavor?
vanilla Dr. Pepper.
Like from the big red machine that is
Yeah.
replacing all
Yes.
the soft drinks now?
vanilla Dr. Pepper, and my dessert is gonna be that tres leches cake I had at Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chao.
Dude, that thing was amazing.
Was it really that good? I didn't
like,
even
I hate cake.
hear you say anything.
I hate because I was eating it. Like I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to say how amazing it was. 'cause I
Yeah, we
wouldn't
went
have
to
to share.
Fogo de Chao over there in Austin, and
Dude,
It
that
was
thing
pretty
was
cool.
amazing.
Well, that place is good.
Oh,
it's really
it's one of my
good.
favorites.
Yeah.
Just bring me all the meats.
Well, that's cool. All right, so
So
I have another question, unless you wanted.
no, you're good. You got it.
So this is kind of going in the other direction. It's about cable TV.
Cable TV.
Scam.
When is it gonna die?
It's already dead.
But it still exists.
It's already dead. You can be dead and exist.
Notice that, because I haven't watched like cable TV in forever. Anytime that I do, like I'll go to my parents' house and they still have it. I never realized how much time is spent on commercials.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because I'm so pissed when I catch an ad on Twitch or if I'm not logged in on YouTube Red and I see an ad that's like 15 seconds and I'm like, I hate this. I hate this so much.
It's really decent. Like we take it for granted.
That's what I'm saying. Going back to TV, I don't know how we existed
Yeah.
watching that.
It's crazy.
It's
'cause
nothing. It's like more than half your time watching the show is ads,
Yeah.
especially if it's a movie. If they show a movie, it takes like 4 hours for like an hour and a half movie to finish because they have to keep putting commercials in.
Mm-hmm.
But I think cable television died the second Game of Thrones ended. I think Game of Thrones is the last big thing bringing people onto the TV to
Do you
watch
think
HBO.
that still kept them? Because they have
Yeah,
their own
I
app.
would
and
say that still kept
I
them.
feel like a lot of people, they only cared about, like, if they had Game of Thrones, like, that was all they cared about, they went ahead and just got HBO Go. Because you could watch it any time.
Well,
it
I think
wasn't
Game of
like, I
Thrones
have to
was a-
sit in front of the TV at this time.
I think their mindset wasn't I'm keeping it for Game of Thrones. I think their mindset was, well, I might as well keep it because I can watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's dead yet. I think it's dying.
Yeah, I don't think it's dead yet either.
I think once the baby boomers are dead, those damn baby boomers always want to
it
talk
really
shit
is. They're the only ones that have
Yeah.
land phone lines.
They don't like
I
the
don't-
technology.
I don't even know what it's called. The
The
for the
landlines.
house.
Yeah,
it's a
house
landline.
Landlines. Yeah, just landlines.
There you go. Show your age.
I hate it because my parents still have it, and all they get is telemarketing.
On the phone.
They get robots just constantly calling them, and I'm like, why don't y'all answer? And they're like, oh, it's just a telemarketer. It's like,
No,
why don't y'all
I
just unplug it? Like, who cares? Y'all have a cell phone.
Yeah.
Just use your cell phone for everything.
It's not that simple.
Yeah, no, I think it'll die within the next before we're dead. I think.
You think it'll take that long though? Like, well, I mean, I don't know if we'll all die like soon or anything, but
No, he said
I think-
before we're dead.
I think within the next
well, I'm just saying like if we die tomorrow,
20.
it's still
Yeah,
alive.
I get what you're saying. I give it.
Or let's say before the end of our lifespan,
Okay.
Okay,
it'll
Yeah,
die.
for
our
sure.
projected
Does that help?
lifespan. Yeah.
Yes, our projected lifespan.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
we're-
live to be at
None
least
of us are
69.
taking like drugs or raging alcoholics or taking crack or anything.
We're all
like that.
pretty healthy. I just ate a triple meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe you ate that.
I need it all.
Oh man, but that's like already like 2 burgers.
Dude, it was so good, and then it just wasn't.
Yeah, because it's too much. That's where you lose it.
And then you're gonna feel like shit all night too.
I already feel like shit.
So that also brings me to the second thing about what was it, NBA 2K19 with the commercials and the loading screens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard about that, but NBA, that's bull.
Yeah,
I know that's EA at its finest, but do you think in the future?
games.
I know they're already trying to get rid of loading screens. That's apparently what I think Sony's trying to do with the next PlayStation. Their biggest goal is to get rid of loading screens, period. But if they don't, because I mean, they were trying to do that with the PS4. Do you think they're gonna throw in ads
No.
while it's loading?
No,
I don't know to the extent of
I don't think-
NBA 2K19 where it would have you would literally like loaded the game already, but you still had to wait and watch. You had to finish the ad before you can continue,
No,
even
games-
though the game was done
Games
loading.
have ads already in them.
Right.
Like Final Fantasy has an ad. It's that ramen mission. Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yeah.
That's an ad. That's a big ad, but it's a fun ad. It's like
It's
you're not-
interactive
yeah,
though. Like
not
you're playing
taking
the
it-
game.
You're not taking
You can
it as an ad.
choose to do whatever you want while you're doing the
But
mission.
that's an ad.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Yeah,
that's what I'm
I
getting.
guess.
Nothing is gonna go to the extent of NBA 2K.
You think that's like?
I think that's like they were trying something and they're like, we fucked up. We got to go back.
because I know like in all like in the baseball games and in FIFA,
Yeah, they have ads.
They
I was
have
about to say
ads
you can
during
get
the
away.
game.
Like I think with like those games that aren't like the true gamers, if you want to even call it that, like the casual players who play like Madden, normally the sports games,
Mm-hmm.
of course they're gonna throw in ads. Like that's free, easy money for them, and those
Yeah.
players that are playing the game, they're not gonna tell a difference because I mean they watch those sports and they see that, so that's not anything different to them. So I think it just depends on the company and then kind of their audience.
Yeah.
and I think as long as to me, I'm okay with it. I know that's very weird to say, but I'm okay with it if it is pertaining to their audience.
Mm-hmm.
If they're selling things that the NFL would sell or FIFA, like certain jersey stores that you can buy like merchandise and stuff, that's actually not bad because there's a lot of places that people don't know about where you can go and find different places like that.
Yeah.
But if they start trying to sell like insurance or like some kind of weird service that has nothing to do with anything, that's where it's like, all right, I don't care about this. Like, how much did these people pay you just to throw this ad in and waste my time?
Because, yeah, like he was saying, FIFA has the ads on the little panels in the back in the stadium because that's what the stadium looks like.
Right.
So they get away with that. They can throw
So-
ads in there and it's fine because that's what the game looks like. And NFL, they have like the Coke replay and
Oh, yeah.
they have ads like that don't really put a hinge on the game.
Mm-hmm.
But NBA 2K throwing in an ad that isn't a loading screen that you see it's done loading because it says ready, but you can't skip it because the ad is still going, so you have to watch it. That's like no game should do that.
No,
You paid $60
again,
for that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's free, then okay, yeah, I kind of see you got me there. But if I paid $60, that game is mine. I don't want to see ads.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have the choice. It's like buying a subscription to YouTube Red, so I can get rid of the ads. You know, I'm paying the subscription.
Yeah.
That's their big thing. I don't want to pay a full amount, you know, to EA so they can keep making more money off of ads. But
So I don't really
EA.
agree with YouTube Red though. I'd rather like an individual who's making content. Of course, they're making it because they want to make money, but they initially everybody that started doing it is doing it because they love just making content. So I'd rather give my money to that, individual versus
like a subscribe.
YouTube corporation.
oh yeah,
Like I'll subscribe to this person and support them
Mm-hmm.
rather than I subscribe to YouTube.
YouTube.
well, there's the whole like Patreon thing now,
Yeah,
where you
Patreon's
can
real
actually
big,
be a Patreon and basically subscribe to that person
which one day
to
we'll have
help
a
them out.
Patreon.
One day.
One
Oh,
day.
yeah, one day we'll see.
Subscribe to our Patreon. That doesn't exist.
Wonder who would be our first one.
Probably Matt.
Will.
No, Will's
Will?
too
Will,
cheap.
are you kidding me?
Come on, dude.
Nah. You
Come
never
on.
know.
Maybe, yeah.
He has a job now.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's telling me, I was talking to him last night. He said he really likes it.
Yeah, he was telling us the other night too. The first night
That's good.
he
Happy
was in
for
his
him.
training, and he said he was actually feeling comfortable.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You got a topic? Your turn.
So yeah, this is just in the completely opposite. I know. I
That's
guess
fine.
it kind of has to do with what we were talking about. We were talking about money. So, and I know we touched. I let y'all know a little bit about this earlier. It's just, in your opinion, can money buy you happiness?
Yeah.
And in whatever way you define happiness, whatever the happiness is to you. Does,
yeah. Okay.
Because of course you could say, well, everybody's gonna have different opinions, but in your, lifestyle, in your own life, if you had infinite, surplus of money.
It's all about perspective, and my answer is yes.
Yeah. I would say yes because money can help fuel my hobbies and my hobbies bring me happiness. So,
Okay. Yeah. That's very straightforward.
So what would you say, this is going to be kind of hard to answer, but in this world and, what you do on a day-to-day basis, what's the number one thing that you would say makes you the most happy?
what makes me the most happy? Man.
Or not even necessarily happy, but just that sense of like
It's like,
fulfillment.
I feel
Being
like
content.
I'm
Yeah.
content. Just doing nothing. Like honestly, like on my computer.
Doing
If I'm on my
nothing.
computer doing nothing, I feel happy.
You're the kind of
'Cause
guy that wins the lottery and you literally quit your job. Just completely just say, I don't care. I'm going to buy this place. It's not even like, expensive or anything. I just don't want to do anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
It's like, yeah, like I told you my $1 million plan. I'm not looking to buy a $500,000 house. I'll buy like a $150,000 house and just live a content life with my anime. I don't know how I'm trying to. It's gonna sound worse the more I get into it.
Yeah,
but-
we'll cut him off there. Val, what about you?
So with my answer about money buying you happiness, because it's not a clear answer. It's
Of
not
course,
straightforward.
yeah.
With that, for me, it's the comfort of knowing that I'm covered if anything goes wrong. I don't have to worry about putting anyone else in financially like bad situations, or I can't pay medical bills, or just like the very basic stuff of like why we need money,
Mm-hmm.
why we need to make a living, or what we do to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had enough money, which I do, I can't complain, But
So let me ask you
if
this.
I had like $1 billion,
Okay, there you go. Would you quit your job? Because you don't sound like you would change anything in your
yeah,
life.
I don't think you would quit your job if you had
Would
$1
you
billion.
quit your job?
yes,
You would?
I would quit my job because
And become
of
a
where I
YouTuber?
work.
And what would you do?
No, I'm just saying because like the safety wise, I'd probably find another job.
What would you do? You'd get another job,
Yeah,
like a McDonald's,
no
like at
customer service. Are you kidding
like a
me?
GameStop.
What
Just
would you do?
I don't know. That's the thing. I can
would
do
buy
whatever
out
I want.
GameStop.
I could travel.
Travel.
I could just be a photographer. I can just start recording stuff. I
You
can
could be
do
Neckbeard.
vlogs. I don't know. Just I could literally do whatever I
So
want.
be a YouTuber.
I could be Tom from MySpace.
Oh, I was thinking
That's what he
another
did.
Tom. He's a
You want to
photographer?
see a success story? Just look up what Tom's doing.
Tom from
Tom.
MySpace.
Tom from MySpace. He sold MySpace for like $568 million, I think,
God damn.
back in 2006 or 2007.
And it's ruined now.
And everyone was like making fun of him because they're like, "Oh, Facebook took over and Mark
Yeah, he's
Zuckerberg
like,
owns
it's
the
not even
world."
mine.
And Tom was like, "Dude, I sold that a long time ago. I'm here." Like you look at his Instagram. I think he's a photographer, traveling, doing what he wants, and he retired at like 35 years old.
Tom.
Did that just go out?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just looked at it.
So
Clap sync. We're back. Oh, we haven't even done
yeah,
any
we've
clap
never even
sync.
clap
Oh,
synced.
rip.
We can do that.
We'll clap sync to that
That's
one.
fine. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
fit.
that's all right.
Yeah,
That was
we'll-
our clap sync.
That was our clap sync.
We have our post guy working on it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, like I think
okay.
it's just the comfort of being able to do what you want, and then you have people that are apparently successful, and they have successful because again that's also a perspective.
Mhm.
But you have people with a lot of money that are apparently depressed, or a lot of famous people that are socially like messed up. You don't have to do that. Like I'm not saying this is the answer. This can solve your life problems because some people are really like struggling with some demons that need to be helped and talked to. But for the most part, you're in charge of your life. You're the one that's making the choices. You're the one that's making you either happy or sad. And of course, there's things that you can't control outside of that a death of a loved one or something that can happen. But then look at Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
My man. There
You
you
know,
True.
like he
Yeah.
never became a bad guy.
What do you think?
I'd probably I don't think I'd change my life. I think that, and this is something that I want to ask y'all too, but I think the first big thing that I would buy, whether it's stupid or not stupid, is like you said, buy a house. I don't know if that'd be the first thing you do, but probably buy my house and then pay off like all my debt,
Yeah.
and then probably just invest half of it, and then it just depends on how much money it is, but then after that I think I would still keep working. That way, because there's a lot of things that I want to do just in life and
Oh yeah.
business related, and I feel like that I'm in a position to where I can keep learning, whether, you include money or not, just to always be growing. So I don't think I'd quit, but I'd for sure buy a house and pay off all my debt, and
Yeah.
probably give a lot of money away to family and stuff.
I could see like you have more time now.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you're not
like-
working, you can dedicate yourself to getting a PhD and whatever you want.
Mm.
You can just keep learning. You can learn all the languages. You can learn music. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, so that's gonna tie into my next question. Is college worth it? Because I'm somebody who just graduated from a 4-year university, the
Mhm.
bachelor's. I got a full-time job.
Right
I would
about
like to think because of it.
because of college.
Honestly, yeah.
So I think it's a situational thing. There are some degrees that are in more demand than others. Knowledge is always a good thing. You should never think that you can get away without any knowledge. So the people that make it without going to school or anything, it's not because they're dumb. They have something, they took the opportunity and they did it. Whether it be like physical talent or being a salesman and building your own company from scratch. You have to be smart and you have to know what you're doing and what you're getting yourself into. College is kind of like an outline. And for you, I think it's worth it because you got a job in exactly what you went to school for.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that if you didn't go and get that degree, would you know what you know now going into your job? Do you think you could just be trained
Yeah.
off the street?
Yeah. I think
Because I think anyone could be trained,
yeah.
but college kind of, I don't want to say it prepares you because
I
you
don't
can
think
just go and make straight D's and, well, not D's, but like C's and B's and not really care and
Yeah.
make it.
Yeah.
I want to hear your point because I'll say right now I don't think college is worth it, and I graduated college with magna cum laude, so
Yeah.
it's not like college was hard for me. But I've always told my parents, like, if y'all didn't make me go to college, or if y'all didn't do everything y'all did, pay for my college, I wouldn't go to college. I don't think it's worth it.
So, me coming from like a group of friends that every one of them went to college except for me,
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's not worth it. This is from my like point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, not to brag, but
No,
they're having trouble finding jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and they're what they went to school for. Some of them went to school for being a physical teacher. What's it called?
Therapist.
Kinesiology.
Yeah.
Kinesiology.
They went to school for kinesiology.
Yeah.
Some of them went to school for physics. Some of them are going to school for engineering, and they're still having trouble finding jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to school for a semester, realized that school is not for me, and I just went into the workforce. And I mean, I'm doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
Could be doing better probably if I had school, but it's just for the price, and they're always telling me they're in debt and
Yeah,
this
I think
and that.
that's
and
another thing with financial aid. That sucks. I'm extremely fortunate
Yeah.
in my position. I have a 4-year degree. I didn't have to do financial aid. My parents I got lucky because my parents had the plan for me to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but because I went to a junior college for 2 years and got my basics done there, it was a lot cheaper, and I still got the end result of graduating from SAM, and I was so lucky that my parents still had enough money to be like, oh, then if you have to go one more semester, you got to get financial aid. And I was like, I'm definitely gonna graduate this semester.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through that because my sisters had to do that
Mm-hmm.
because she went straight to SAM and she went to U of H.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like at the point where degrees are kind of like high school diplomas now.
Mm-hmm.
But I have noticed, and also going into that point, there's so many more people now that are getting bachelor's degrees.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like the norm.
Yeah, with like that, it's the high school diploma now.
So now, and it's not even that it replaced the high school diploma; they're kind of the same. Which
you're expected to have both almost.
It's kind of like, I'm just saying, having a bachelor's degree is almost the same thing as having just a high school diploma now. But in other places, because I know like in the oil and gas industry, I know at least where I'm at, they are requiring a 4-year degree. I don't know if it's 4 years or 2 years. I think they're requiring a certain degree. I think it's a 2-year degree because that's what you need for what is it, for operations?
I don't know.
I forgot. I think P-Tech degree or something like that. And I could be completely wrong, but you get that, and you also have to have like a certain GPA, because I had a coworker that he had got done with it, and he basically was counted out from working there because his GPA was like 0.2 lower.
From college?
Yeah.
Or from high school?
No, from college.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
He got his degree and everything that they asked for, but it just happened that they bumped up their standards.
Dude, not gonna lie, in high school, I think I graduated second to last for my GPA.
Shit, dude.
That was fun. I remember we did that my senior year. It was me and 4 other guys. We went to go just to check. And I remember there was one of my friends was literally last in the junior class. He wasn't even a senior.
Oh,
And he still graduated. Like, high school was a joke.
Yeah.
But
do you remember your number?
I was right in the middle. I was like 276 or something.
Man. What about you?
I was literally average.
No, I was 52.
Out of how many?
Over 500.
Gee,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
I think I was like 502 out of like 500 or something. Or negative. But yeah, it wasn't even. It's just because I didn't show up, and I didn't do my homework. Yeah. That was the biggest thing. Every test, the only reason I passed is because I aced every test. I would literally ace every test, and the tax test I would ace it.
Yeah, that was kind of that's a regret on my part. it's not that high school was hard. It's just I didn't care enough. I didn't have the motivation to do the homework and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it was really hard because my parents were really hard on me for that. And I know my mom would get pissed when I would say I didn't have any homework. She would always ask me every night, do you have any homework that you need to be doing? And it's like, I don't have homework. And she's like, I'm going to call the school.
Goddamn liar.
Yeah. Like she knew that there's no way for a semester I never had homework. But I would just do it in school because we had homeroom.
I was on the other end to where my mom didn't give a shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
She, like, junior year, I told her I wanted to drop out. You know what she told me? She's like, that's your decision. You want to make it? Go ahead. And I don't know what it was about that I was like, oh, it's my decision. I can't drop out. I gotta make it through. It worked somehow. Maybe it was like reverse psychology, but it worked, and I ended up.
Yeah, she's probably like thinking this idiot.
I played him.
It got played.
He should have dropped out actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that my parents were always like super strict.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just because like the way my parents grew up, like my mom. I mean, you know how our grandparents are. They're very old fashioned. They came from nothing.
Yeah.
You told me they have a wall of college graduates.
Yeah, like no pressure.
Yeah.
Every single grandchild has a degree.
And you have like
a college
20
degree.
grandchild.
Yeah. And so my mom, she was the youngest out of their siblings, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any of them. Some of them went to college, but of course they stopped going. My mom got a full ride to Texas A&M.
So I think all of them went, and I think they even got at least an associate's.
Okay.
All of them. But I think, is it your mom that got the furthest?
Yeah.
Or
well, I think
and they look hot and flustered. They got red face.
4-year degree.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. But I mean, just to go back to my mom, she got a full ride to a hard-ass university, and so it was kind of like, she came from nothing, and then now my parents are very blessed. She started working as a chemical engineer, and my dad did what he did, did.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of just like, they came from nothing to where they at now. It's like, if I don't do better than them, like, I'm a screw up.
When
like,
you have all the opportunities,
exactly.
and you're not starting from nothing.
So yeah, you got like big shoes to fill, basically.
Yeah, and that would always sat like in the back of my mind. Like, dude, like, I can't, because if I screw up, like, I'm letting down not only my grandparents, my parents, I'm letting down myself. So I was just always.
Do you think that's also an added pressure, like, for us to go to college? Because it kind of goes back where we're like, well, we don't know if it's even worth it.
Yeah, well, I would say
but
like I said,
it's like I don't want to let my parents down. You know,
that's why I went, honestly.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like for a lot of other people,
that's where it comes into circumstance. Like your circumstance, you went because you were like, I can't let my parents down. So in a way, it became worth it to you. Mm-hmm. You I want to go to college. I want to make everyone proud. Me, dude, my parents didn't care.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, they were like, go to school, but at the same time, they were like, you do what you want to do. And I guess in a way, I could only go up from where I came from.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no big pressure for me. It was like, as long as you do good, you do all right in life, you're gonna do good.
Just don't do drugs.
Just don't do drugs. Don't get in jail.
Anyone pregnant
don't be a pedophile. Like just stuff like that. The basics.
The basics.
So like for me, it was always like I could only go up, which was a little easier for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I can understand where you're coming from. Where like I felt like I needed to really make my parents proud. Like I have a lot to look up to.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be circumstance. I feel like that question.
Okay, so now let's just wrap up with this. If you could go back and do things differently, would you do it differently? And if yes, what would you do differently?
I would go to college.
You would actually go?
Just because I always did want the college experience.
Oh.
So you want the experience,
not
the education?
Yeah, like the party experience.
I'll go, no, not even the party. I just want the college experience.
Like going to class.
I want to go to class. I want to learn. I want to
make friends,
broaden my horizons, go overseas and study. Yeah. I'll just go to class. Cool. Like I'll go to school in Germany because it's free over there.
Matt did a semester in Greece.
Oh yeah, I remember he took that. He was there for how long?
A semester. So
it was a whole 6 months.
No, 3 months.
3 months.
Semester's 3 months. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was half a year. My God.
How old are
you?
No.
It's like back when I was in
back
college.
when I was in college.
So would you do
I
anything
needed the
differently?
full 6 months for my semester. But
So would you do anything differently?
Would I do it again, or
Would you do it differently?
if I could?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing I would do differently is join a fraternity, and actually like force myself to meet new
Socialize?
people. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
messed up. I screwed up a lot because the first whenever I went, well, especially like in San Jac, it wasn't that big of a deal because
nobody gives a fucking
it's San Jac. I know everyone there. Who cares? And but whenever I went to Sam, I got stuck with a roommate that really sucked. He was already working. He was working at the prison, so I hardly ever saw him because he worked nights. But he was still going to school, and it was basically just me. And I like that. I'm a very antisocial person, and I like my alone time. You know, yeah, and I'm an introvert. But I did meet some people in class, and they reached out to me, and fortunately, I didn't push them away. That's how I got into a softball league, and I actually kind of had like a little group. It's just I never went out of my way to go and meet new people like that. Okay. Whereas the other people came to me. Yeah. And I feel like if I did that, I could have probably had a wider social network kind of thing.
And that's understandable.
It wasn't until my last semester where I had 2 roommates that were literally partying from Thursday night to Monday night because they only had classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, and they told me like, we're going to have people over. Like, I don't know if that's going to bother you. And I was like, no, that's fine. You know, y'all can do whatever. And they're like, well, when we say we're going to have people, we're going to have like a lot of people, like a lot. And we're probably going to have loud music and drinking. And I was like, dude, like, that's fine. And he was like, all right. And sure enough, every single night was like a whole bunch of people. We had like a third roommate that just slept on the couch. I don't even know if he had a room. I don't even know if he was a student. He was just staying with us. But that was like the experience. That was a lot of fun. I missed out on that.
That's bringing flashbacks, dude.
Oh yeah, I know you had a bad experience with that.
I hate college dorms now. It wasn't even a college dorm. It was a college apartment.
Why? What happened?
I got roomed with. I was living with Juan. Okay. And we got roomed with 2 guys, Rini and some other dude, Rolly, and I don't know how, but we ended up getting the room that was party central of this entire apartment complex. Everyone knew what room number we were. Our door was never locked. It was always open, so people can just walk in and out. There was, every time I walked out of my room, there was a new person in my apartment that I didn't know, just chilling there. And every Wednesday, Thursday, all the way up to like Monday was party night. So I had to work, and I was still going to school at the time. And I think I shut down like 3 parties. I got out in my like pajama pants, and there's like all these fucking girls dancing, and they're playing beer pong. They're having like the college experience. And I get out in my pajama pants, and I'm just like, I gotta do this. I gotta work tomorrow, and it's Thursday night. And so I go up to my roommate because he's at the laptop DJing, I guess. And I'm like, hey, dude, I gotta work. And he looks at me, and he was real cool, but he's like, oh, dude, fuck, that's my bad. He shuts the music off. He's like, hey, let's move this to another room and everything. And I'm like, okay, this is working out. And then as I'm walking to my room, I hear someone yell, you're gonna let him control what you do or what? And I was like, they're like, come on, I thought you had the balls in this apartment. And they're going off, and he's just like, shut the fuck up. They're like going back and forth, and I just go in my room and I lock the door. And I was like, God, and I had to do that like twice. Damn. The plus side though is that like every now and again I would walk out of my room, and there would just be like 4 fine girls cleaning my apartment. I didn't know who any of them were. They would always interchange, but they would just be cleaning the apartment. Be like, cool, but they would eat my Doritos, and I'd be fucking pissed.
The Doritos and Mountain Dew.
The Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Man,
but I hate that. God,
I never had any food or like any of my items in the kitchen or anything. Yeah, I always ate out. That was pretty bad. I had a really bad diet, but that was actually when I lost all my weight.
Because of Taco Bell.
It was because of my Taco Bell diet.
Cool.
God.
Grilled stuffed burrito. That's all I would eat once a day, and Gatorade. I wouldn't even drink water.
Jesus.
That sounds terrible.
And I think there's a thing where if you drink nothing but Gatorade, coming from my experience, your poop will always be green. I know that's kind of like a bizarre thing, but I'm pretty sure I did the experiment.
Isn't that like ramen?
It was like guaranteed. What?
Isn't that like ramen? If you eat a lot of ramen, your poop comes down green because of all the sodium.
Like ramen noodles, like from
ramen
the
noodles.
cheap packets.
Yeah.
Oh, most likely. I don't know if it's the sodium. It might be because that's what Gatorade is. It gives you salt.
What about you? What would you change? Oh wait, you
I don't
just
think I'd change
graduated, right?
anything, yeah. I don't think I'd change anything.
That's good. That's a good perspective to have. We change everything. I would change everything.
No.
At the same time, it's like I have a great life right now.
No,
Yeah, like I can't complain.
Yeah.
There's not if not like the only thing I would want to change is to try to like go out more. That's what I would want to do. Meet more people.
Mm-hmm.
You look like you got a topic.
So we're kind of
What
like running
out of time?
over.
You want to go one more topic?
So instead of a topic, I'm
Okay.
gonna do my little segment
All right.
where I have to read, the summary of whatever, and y'all have to guess.
Okay. We need to call this something, though.
What
This segment.
It's gonna be. Oh shit! I don't know.
We'll think of something.
Yeah.
It's whatever right now. It's just I got 3 though instead
Okay.
of 2, and these should be a little bit easier, but it's also gonna be across. And I'll let you know. Like this one's gonna be a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a movie, a video game, and a time period.
Spoiler. Let's go.
All right. So
Godzilla.
Godzilla. My boy.
here is the plot.
Okay.
In 2154, humans have depleted Earth's natural resources. Kind of sounds familiar, right? Leading to a severe energy crisis. The Resources Development Administration.
Oh, hold on. This is the movie?
This is a movie.
Okay.
Spoiler.
RDA for short, which I don't know if you want me to read
Aliens.
that again. Mines for a valuable mineral, unobtainium. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it.
Is it not aliens? It sounds like.
I don't know if you
aliens.
want to guess right now,
Okay.
just to
I'm
give
sorry,
Nick
sorry.
a chance,
So
or
you know
just
this?
our audience
know
as well
yet.
if they want to guess as
Okay.
well.
Screw them.
Yeah, let's hear the whole thing.
So they're mining for valuable mineral. I don't know if it's unobtainium or unobtainium on Pandora, a densely forested oh my god,
Good job.
habitable moon orbiting the gas giant Polyphemus in the Alpha Centauri
Alpha Centauri.
star system. It sounds like you already know.
I already know. Do you know?
Pandora, whose atmosphere is poisonous to humans, is inhabited by a species of 10-foot tall, blue-skinned sapient humanoids. And they live in harmony with nature and worship a mother goddess named Awa.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's Titanic.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not Titanic, but...
Avatar.
Hey, I got it.
Yeah.
There
If
you
you
go.
would have read me this bullshit, I would have been like, I don't know, the Smurfs?
This sounds fucking stupid.
I have absolutely no idea.
Uh-huh.
I
As soon
would
as
not.
you said Pandora, it was
Yeah.
like that's game.
So y'all have seen the movie.
Of
Yeah,
course.
dude, everyone has seen it. That's number
You've
one.
not seen Avatar?
I saw it, but in the weirdest situation. I'm not gonna get into it
All right.
because.
Okay. That's
All
a
right.
whole nother
So
topic.
Yeah.
good job, guys. Y'all got one that was obvious.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I'll add one to the
We'll move on
tallies.
to the next one.
Okay.
This is a video game.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
Despite the efforts of the U.S. Marine Corps and British Special Air Service in the previous game, that should be a hint, the ultra-nationalists seized control of the Russian Federation, making... I'm not even going to try. It's just a guy's name.
Just try.
No, because I think that'll give it away. Anyways, making this guy a martyr and straining diplomatic relations with the United States.
Trump?
Shortly after this, an ultra nationalist, which is the guy that was a martyr, his right hand man, begins a campaign to revenge against the West by committing acts of terrorism on European and international soil over the course of 5 years.
Shit. It would help if I knew that name. Metal Gear?
That's why I'm saying
Sounds
I don't
like
want to
Metal Gear.
throw. So what is your guess?
That's what I was thinking.
Metal
No,
Gear? It's not Metal Gear?
it's not Metal Gear.
Alright, you get another guess.
Man. Is this Ace Combat?
No,
Okay, let us know what system it's on.
it's we've all played it.
We've all played it?
Yeah, we all know this game.
Modern Warfare
Which one?
2?
Yeah. I felt like Makarov.
Oh,
that would've
Makarov.
gave it
Yeah, that would have given it away.
Okay. No,
That's why I didn't
that's
say
true,
it.
That's true.
All right, so looks like y'all didn't get that one.
I got it.
You didn't get shit.
I got
Yes,
it.
Metal Gear. Nowhere did I say mechs.
I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to say half a point.
The ultimate machine to kill everything. The Metal Gear.
The ultimate machine.
All right, so now this is going to be a little different. All I'm going to say is I want y'all to guess what year this happened. And y'all might get it like really, really quick.
Okay. Go ahead.
So there was a controversy
2011.
that happened
2011.
What year was
in the
Trump
Video
inaugurated?
Music Awards
2016.
when Kanye
Oh,
decided
Taylor Swift.
to
Yeah.
interrupt Taylor Swift
What was this?
mid-award
Uh-huh.
accepting speech.
Uh-huh.
20.
That's where the meme came. I'm going to stop you right there, Taylor.
20.
I think that's what it is.
2012.
So if y'all can just guess the year.
It has to be like early
I'm gonna say 13.
10s.
I'm gonna say
Early.
13.
I'm gonna say 2012.
So that's 6 years ago, and that's 7 years ago. Guys, it's the 10-year anniversary. 2009.
Damn.
Can you believe that? I don't remember exactly what month. I think it was February.
God.
But yeah, it was in 2009, which were actually Avatar and Modern Warfare 2 also came out. So they all kind of linked together.
Twist?
I just looked up stuff that happened
Kanye
in
was in Modern Warfare
2009.
2.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, that's kind of
Fuck Kanye.
an eye opener of how long that actually happened ago.
That makes me feel old.
We are.
That makes you realize Taylor Swift
Is
has
old.
been part of the Illuminati for 10 years. But we'll get into that in a different
Next week.
segment.
Next week.
Maybe next week. We'll go into the whole controversy theories.
Man, there's like 3 topics I didn't get to go into. 4 topics. Let me just get one in real quick because
Okay.
I'm really excited about this.
All
One.
right, let's go.
You have 4 minutes.
Mortal Kombat is making a new movie.
Oh, yeah.
Mortal Kombat. It's not official, but it's happening because they just got an actor from the Raid. His name was Joe Taslim. You know that? You ever seen the Raid? I've
The
heard
Raid?
of the
I've
Raid.
never
It's-
even heard of it.
The Raid. It's an action movie. It's really good.
Did it just come out?
No, it's old.
It's like an old movie?
It's not old, but it's pretty old.
Like mid-2000s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Watch it. That guy's gonna be Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat.
Is he going to be with mask on or mask off?
Probably mask on.
Oh, okay.
I'm so excited for it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'm so excited for the new
Have you
Mortal
even
Kombat.
seen the first 2 Mortal Kombat?
I
Well,
didn't even
not
know
first
they were
2, but
movies.
Huh?
I didn't even
how
know
many
they were
Mortal
movies.
Kombats
You didn't-
have there
Oh.
been?
There's Mortal Kombat. There's Mortal Kombat Armageddon,
Right.
and then there's the Mortal Kombat like YouTube series, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
So did they just base it off like a random character?
So
How
there's
does that
only
go?
two
No, they're-
movies.
Well, they're their own story.
No, it's like the tournament.
it's all the same
it's
characters,
always-
but it's their own story to it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Because
what the
Mortal Kombat
tournament
story is
means, it's
convoluted.
usually to save the world. It's stupid.
Liu Kang.
So
But-
they're stupid or they're really
They're
good?
amazing. They're
It's
like,
very cheesy. Like if you
Uh,
watch the
Right.
first 2, when they
When were they
changed the
made? When were
actors,
they
that's how you
made?
know
they
how
were made
shitty
when
it
I was
is.
born.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
no. I'll probably watch the new one, but I don't
The
know about those old
CGI.
ones.
we're gonna
is-
do that
Complete trash.
Yeah,
Even
okay.
for its time.
later. When we get more viewers, we're gonna start sitting down and watching crappy movies together, and have our commentaries over those crappy movies.
Copyright.
Copyright, yeah, copyright. No, they can't copyright
No,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I'm pretty sure Thanksgiving doesn't have a copyright.
I don't know if we're gonna want
Or
to do
rubber.
this.
We'll just see like
Just
one
let them talk.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we'll just let them dream, and yeah, we'll do that,
Alright.
of course.
Well, that was a good go. We still don't have a name for this podcast,
We
but
really need to think of one.
Yeah, we'll come up with one.
We'll
on
get
the-
something.
on
I
the
mean,
way.
Maybe drop it wherever, I guess, on the.
By
we'll
episode
post something else on
5.
YouTube. Give
maybe.
us some recommendations.
By episode 5, we'll have a name for this podcast.
Episode 5.
Episode 5.
I was kind of thinking the trash cast,
This guy in trash, man.
but yeah, I don't know if everyone's gonna agree with that.
I'm down for whatever. Give me suggestions. I'll be down for it.
Just go off the top of your head right now with name, and then we'll close.
Well,
out
there's
with
only
that.
one thing I'm looking at right now, and we can't use it.
Yeah, because we didn't even mention it at all in this podcast.
Godzilla is a great movie. If you haven't seen Godzilla, go watch it because it needs money. The camera's dead, but I'm gonna talk anyway. It needs money.
We'll close it. We'll have it black here. Kind of
All
close
right,
it out.
just we'll just have a picture of Godzilla here. All right, that's the podcast. I'm John,
Nick,
Val.
and we'll see you next week.
we out.